welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget, give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend. On the docket today, we have Thousand Pound Sisters, Season 7, Episode 7. I'm going to policefully duck out. Okay, that's the best that I can do with that. Amy's gibberish is, it seems to be the running theme for the episode titles. So, Jamal, what do you think of this episode?
This is just absolutely ridiculous.
It would have been good if Amy wasn't in it.
Thank you.
And I see, hi, Cook with Sarah. Hi, Sarah. I feel like the family is picking at Amy for every single thing. She's got big problems, but they treat her like everything she can do no right. Hi, Wendy. Amy made me so mad this episode, and I was literally yelling at my TV. Oh my gosh. Hi, ZZ. They were doing too much this episode. You agree with Sarah, ZZ? Oh my gosh. Well, um, I will say this. I will say this. Okay. Like I haven't noticed how much weight Amy put back on until this episode. Did you notice it from like I noticed that she got a little bit bigger. But when
Yes.
Chris sat down and said like she's bigger than me. I was like, well, where? And then she showed up like an Oompa Loompa. And I was like, wait, what? And why is she always sleeping? What's happening with her?
My thing is, I hope she's okay.
And I'm sorry, but I like this episode was about Tammy's surgery, point blank into the period. And I did not understand how we ended it off with like her crying about her wedding and telling Chris that did she cancel the wedding?
No, she feels like no one's there for her. That's pretty much what she's getting at. Like, everyone came to see, Tammy, and like everyone's here for Tammy, but no one's there for me. That's what she's playing.
Because Tammy's having major surgery. Amy, my girl, you and your bum brokey man got arrested for drugas and child endangerment. At the beginning of the episode, y'all had to be up in court doing plea deals. And have you completed all of your stuff that was required by the court? Like, girl, stop it. Who was it that said? I think it was Missy that said, get your shit together. And Amanda said, you better put your sister on a leash. This was not about you, boo. You had the first part of the episode, and do you understand what happened to you? Are you operating at a full 14% brain capacity, or are we dipping below that?
Oh no, I think we're going below.
I thought she was irrational and out of order to be blubbering about it. Okay, I have to say something about the farting though. If you know, because I think it is a byproduct of her weight loss surgery, her farting, that and her
Hmm.
bad diet, right?
Right.
But if you know you're letting off atomic bombs like that, like remove yourself from the vicinity. Say excuse me. Say incoming. Say, hit the deck. Say something. Like I don't want to be around her with my mouth open and she dropping like farts like that. I'm sorry. I think that there needs to be a little bit of common like decency or brought up C's, as my mom would say. Like that's be a functioning adult, Amy. Be a functioning adult with proper hygiene, few manners. That is all we ask of you to show up on this show when the week comes. What are y'all saying? All three of them were doing too much. Says she started getting weight. Oh, she started putting on weight after quitting the smoky stuff. She was putting on weight before that. I noticed a little bit of weight coming back on before that, but she looked extra big in this episode. I wonder if there was a time gap between. We saw them at Halloween. That was October. And she did her deal in December, didn't she?
Yes, I believe so.
She put on a lot of weight in a couple of months. Oof, that's a lot. Um, she always has an excuse. First, she blamed it on the pregnancy. Oh, Wendy, I can't. That's why I can't with her. Um, I don't believe that 14% for a second. Just another excuse to make her seem wholesome. Wendy, 14% brain capacity doesn't make her appear to be wholesome to me. Sorry. Her sentencing was December 17th. Okay, so there was a jump. Unless they're going out of order. Does anybody know when Tammy went for her surgery? That would be interesting to see how production
Well,
edited.
right. So that's December. We haven't. It has to either be. It has to be before Christmas, but we haven't seen Christmas yet on the show. I'll put it that way. If that makes
Mm.
sense. If they got sent in
But
December, then
what was the weather like? They were wearing like big winter clothes. If they were in
yeah, they were.
Pittsburgh in December, it would have been colder than that, wouldn't it?
Depends.
And they're not gonna like if she had her sentencing on the 17th of December, I think they filmed the surgery before that.
They had to.
Because who's gonna hire at Christmas rates? December 17th, like the 18th starts festive season for most of my properties. It's just weird. It was still snowing outside, so maybe January.
Could
Oh,
be. Could be.
okay. Alrighty. That makes sense. Um, Amanda went to at least one of the court visits because she was in the news with them. Oof. Oh, wait, let me put up. I have, you know how I like to put up a picture. Hold on,
Hmm.
where is it? Oh, this one. I like this one. Okay. I look, Amanda was losing, she was losing a little bit of it for me with her attitude and her Bigfoot children. Um, but then, like when she walked into the room and she's like, "I made it, bitch," or whatever it was she said, and then poor, you could tell that Tammy was so nervous. She was making up the hotel bed, and then she couldn't figure out how to make up the hotel bed. And when Amanda busted through the door, she like looked up and her face crumbled. And then she went straight to her. And like this is what Amanda's role is in this family. She is the mama. Like even when she was going out the door, she was like, who would have thought that I would be with you for you to get cut? It's usually me doing the cutting or something. Like she made some flip joke. Like this is how she handles her stress with like flip
Right.
jokes and sarcastic remarks. But
You
when
know,
all is
her and Chris, right? Her and Chris, right?
yeah.
Yeah, when
Well,
she feel
Chris
like, well, she
handled this differently this time though.
yes,
He internalized because I think well both of them know what it is to go through the skin removal surgery,
hmm
but she wanted to keep a bright, happy, everything's going to be okay, positive outlook to it. And Chris kind of sunk into himself, and I felt like he was going through all the negatives.
I think for him, the way I took with Chris, was he a little overreacting? Yes, but I think in
Mhm.
his mind, he's like, okay, I'm next. Like he was not only thinking of Tammy, but also thinking of himself. Like I don't, he didn't want to hear that because he's up for skin removal next, and I
He's
get
already
it.
had his skin removal. Like he
No,
had
he
the
hasn't.
yes, he did. He
Well,
had his
not the other one
stomach done.
though. But there's
Like
more though.
I know, but he had the stomach done. That's why I'm thinking he turned to a worst case scenario because he's remembering that he spent 5
Mm,
months on his
he
back,
did. That's right.
or 5 weeks, or
You
five
you know what?
something.
I forget. You know what, Chris? I forget.
Yes, he got
What Chris? Like,
his front of his belly done. He's gonna get the
yeah.
titties
For the
and
new
his
for the new
upper
belly
back done.
button.
Yes,
Because he got the new belly. He got his belly button came out really. You know,
yes,
I forget about Chris because he's always talking about his next stage of skin removal, and he had to
yes,
me he has a lot of skin to lose. That's why I forget he already had
yes.
one of his procedures.
So I took it as like he was flashing back. But then he says like his was small in comparison to what she has to do. Because remember when he did that one-on-one, and he was
Hmm.
like anybody in their right mind would be concerned about what she is getting ready to go and do. Because let me tell you, some of that surgery was real gruesome. I wasn't ready for it. When they flipped open half of her face, I was like, it was too much for me. I was watching through my fingers. I'm a big chicken butt though. Tammy is Chris' baby girl. He's always had a special place for. I think all of them do, Wendy. I think all of them do. But this little scene when she said, "I'm scared," because like Amanda asked her, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "I'm scared." Like Tammy reverted back to a little girl. It was sad. Like, why she got to be so bitchy though? Just when I can't like her, she does something like this, and the family does something like this, and it just makes me change my mind about the whole
Hmm.
situation. And quite honestly, it made me even more aggravated at Tammy when she tried to make it about herself. That's how I felt. Um, they were doing an 8-hour surgery on her. Wait, at the beginning, Amy and Brian, they they pled to 2 charges or something like that. But anyway, they did the plea deal. They're done with it. Let's get to the surgery part. Did they fly up or did they drive up? I can't remember.
To Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
I was under the impression that they flew.
Okay, so the first 3, Tammy, Chris, and Amy, flew, but it was Amanda who drove, right? She said she drove
Um,
all
uh,
night.
hmm.
Okay. So that was still like amazing that they were still able to be there for Tammy, because Misty is just not getting involved in this. I think once she said she was punching somebody in the throat, and that, oh, she was the one who said that Amy and Brian got off too easy.
Yes.
I was like, damn. I wonder what her kids are like. Hmm. Amanda drove. Okay, substances 1 and 6. Thank you. The rest flew. Y'all are awesome. Okay. Because
Oh yeah.
it's a lot for me to
Avo-
remember.
Avoiding eye contact. Tammy's not well.
Wait, what?
If I'm reading it right, it says
Did y'all
avoiding
know
eye contact.
Tammy's not well? Heard this today?
Did,
What? Jamal, get on the Googler. Find out what's going on. I do have an image of the surgery, like one of the first shots where it wasn't so crazy. But I don't want to put that up. I like this shot better, so we're gonna go through the episode
well,
with
all the
with
okay,
Amanda. Hmm.
all the articles I'm seeing is popping up saying like she's doing very well.
She's doing very well.
Yeah, that's what it says. That's why I wanted to know what avoiding eye contact was saying.
Where'd you see it? On the Reddit? Or was it on her Instagram, maybe? Or is it Amanda? Oh no, you said Tammy. Darn. Okay, Sarah, you find out from avoiding eye contact where they heard it. All right, so what else is next?
Okay, TikTok.
It was on TikTok? She just posted it on TikTok. I don't have TikTok.
I do. Let me see if I can get into it though. Yeah, my login is still there.
What y'all think about when Tammy got on the scale and she was 201 pounds? She had to do a double take. She goes, "Is that correct?" Good for her. Good for her. As long as her proteins stay up and there's no nicotine, good for her. She just must have been. Oh, you think it was clickbait? Hi, Michelle, my belle. We meet her doctor, uh, Dr. Peter. I can't remember the last name. And they go through another briefing. They bring in the whole medical team. She's going to have up to 12 physicians working on her at the same time. They're taking it in like quadrants, I guess. So they started off on the right side of her face and her left arm, and they started on the neck while the right face was finishing, and then they switched over to the left side of the face and the right arm. It was a thing of beauty.
Oh,
I
somebody.
uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm on her TikTok right now.
Uh-huh.
Everything looks positive and good.
Avoiding eye contact, random YouTube channel.
Oh, like so I guess a
Oh,
random YouTube channel said it. Oh, okay.
okay. Tammy's TikTok from 2 days ago has a picture of her and her girlfriend. The family is
Yes.
also doing a meet and greet I saw the posting for a meet and greet. I saw that somewhere. I can't remember where though. I don't have TikTok.
Yeah,
Um
I'm on TikTok right now. Yeah, she seems like she's doing good.
oh, Wendy says I couldn't be more proud if she were my own sister. 725 to 201 before skin surgery. Yup. And then they started on her belly. And did you see those flaps of skin? Where'd they come? They came from her belly. Oh my god! Then they had
No,
them in the
see,
buckets. They was taking
see what I
pictures of them. Oof!
see when I know the surgeries, I don't watch. I just listen.
Oh my god! They were like holding them open like bat wings, laying them down on the like the trays so that they could take pictures of them, putting in them in buckets and taking more pictures of them. Um, it was like they were taking measurements and weights so that I guess they can give her a full breakdown of everything that they removed off of her. And then like on her belly, they were saying, wait, let's put the belly button here. And then they put a slit in the skin and they cut it all open all the way up her. Oh, it was gross. They showed too much. They showed
Yeah,
too
I just
much
yeah. Mm-mm.
with
But I
the
think the cool thing,
face.
but the cool thing is though when they said that they're like, oh wow, like she's done such a good job with her weight loss because what we're cutting away is mostly skin and not fat. She's done so well.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
that one to me, that was amazing.
there wasn't like a thick layer of fat. It looked really
No,
normal to me, but I think it's going to be different when they get down to her legs because her legs are like Michelin man kind of things going on. Um, but her belly, like even under her face, like it didn't have too much on the side, but I think it had more in that little gobble she has. And check me wondering between watching through my fingers, are they going to do anything with the little bubble over her forehead?
if anything, if she might get like a little like a little facelift or a face tightening or something. Why not?
That's what they're doing. They're giving her a facelift. Yeah,
Oh,
face surgery is a facelift, and then like I
gotcha.
guess a neck lift to
That makes
help get rid
sense.
of that.
I
Yeah,
don't know why I think of that.
she's gonna come out looking good.
I don't know why I think of those as separate surgery. Like, when I think weight loss, like skin removal, I'm not
Mhm.
thinking that they're giving her a facelift within the skin removal or something. I just look at those as two separate entities. That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, because they cut her on the face. from like right above the ear, because you only saw one, all the way down to like near the chin, and they were flipping it back. Oh, Jesus. That's where I nearly lost my dinner. Um, and then I didn't really watch when they got to the chin. I made the mistake opening up my eyes again when they got to the belly. I didn't see much with the arms. Guys in the chat, did we see anything with the arms? Let's get the is Deb and Jamal. I love it. Avoiding eye contact. Um, I would have much rather heard the family's thoughts than see all that gross surgery. I think it's important to show the surgery for those people who are considering it,
Mm-hmm.
and then like the aftermath. Like we need to see her entire story. Um and I know Jamal, you said we should have stopped when she got the weight loss surgery, but I think after this we can stop once we see her. And
I
I
know
got
that.
a question though. It What is Andrea gonna do to like spruce herself up? Because I think Tammy's gonna be looking really good after all of this. Um, Wait, was it this week where she was talking about hygiene, trying to clean herself with all of the folds? And she was genuinely embarrassed, but she was very honest and forthright. She's like, I don't mean to be disgusting, but it takes a lot to get up under there and clean it properly. Honestly, I think Tammy's very clean. What the hell happened to Amy? What the hell happened to Amy? I hope she can get lipo on the legs because I don't know if she can lose all the fat naturally. Mate,
Okay, I'm back.
yeah, I don't know what they would do with the legs. That would be
See,
interesting.
I am interested in the legs because I want to know how much is her leg, how much is like muscle leg, how much is actually fat. I'm curious. I'll be completely honest.
But you can do lipo on a leg?
Yes,
So why they ain't do that with Megan's saddlebags from Thousand Pound Friends, best friends?
because that's so. So lipo on the leg is not considered a it's not considered necessary. It's like elective surgery. Let me look it up. Let me before I say anything.
Sarah says Andrea finna be next up for the weight loss journey, but she doesn't really need to do like a weight loss. I just think she needs to like go shopping, get a tooth, and like go to a barber to get her fade done properly.
Okay, here's what it says. It says liposuction can effectively target fat in the thighs, lower buttocks, calves, and knees. Even your ankles can be slimmed down. Do remember
Mhm.
that liposuction is not a comprehensive weight loss treatment. The procedure is best for patients who are within 15 to 20% of their normal body weight. That's why they wouldn't do it on Megan because she's one, she's not serious. Two, she's lost nothing. She might have gained 2 or 3 pounds, and to put her someone who's going through a weight loss journey and has had weight loss surgery before. Basically, it's kind of like them putting her under anesthesia for no reason, for something cosmetic. They're like, why would they do that just for her to gain all that weight back?
But I'm just talking about the saddlebags, those things that are swinging between her thighs.
I think it's because of the anesthesia. They don't. It would be unnecessary, quote unquote, unnecessary surgery and unnecessary anesthesia. That's my guess. I don't know.
But that could impede your mobility. Like, what if them things throw her down and she can't get back up?
But the thing is, though, had she done what she was supposed to do, you know, she wouldn't be in the position she is. And also, if you do that kind of surgery for her,
Hmm.
it could be seen as a crush because you see how she's doing. She keeps asking for more surgeries when she's already flopped on the first and or second one. You know what I mean?
True. I don't know why I'm begging for her. I don't even like her. Okay, wait.
Wendy, like, why do they get their money? Wendy, I agree with you. but from what I've noticed with watching these kind of bariatric shows over the years, they're very hesitant to do any kind of surgery on people who haven't shown the ability to follow the program. You know, like for example,
Mm,
if someone like who of a normal size went in, you know, to get it done, they would be like, okay, now probably you're not more like quote unquote morbidly obese, but for someone who's in that category, they want you to be, I guess they say they want you to be in between 15 to 20% of a normal body weight because it's like, well, if we do this for you, it's kind of like a band-aid, like a quick fix, you'll just gain the
mm.
weight back anyway.
Okay, so Wendy, oh, I don't want to pretty up Amanda. I just want her to get her hair tightened up into a nice fade. I want her to get a tooth. And I want her to get like, nice jeans,
Oh, Michelle, good
plaid
point.
shirts, something like that. I wear her
Michelle,
look
good
nice.
point. I
Yeah.
think those things are attached to
Oh,
main veins and it's complicated.
yeah. You got to be
Oh.
careful with the legs because remember that main artery is in your leg that they go up to your heart with. So you got to be
Wendy,
careful down there.
Wendy's hilarious. She's like, "Oh, I know they're hesitant. I just don't get why. Not like they actually care." Well, Wendy, I think they care,
Mm.
but they care more about their licenses, not getting that good malpractice suit. That's a my that's a my I think that's my takeaway from that. I mean, I care too.
Sarah says Tammy's legs look like they affect her. Yeah, they do because she
Yes,
rocks. She
mm,
rocks when she
yes.
walks. Um, but who knows? That might, like, her rocking might decrease now that she doesn't have to maneuver the belly and the legs.
Hmm.
And I think she's bow legged too. Doesn't she look bow
Oh,
legged?
I can't tell with her legs. That's why I'm curious to see what the legs look like when they're done.
Since she's been wearing pants, she looks bow legged to me. Um, Are we talking about Andrea, the girlfriend, or Amanda? Oh, sorry. Wait, did I say Amanda? No, I meant Andrea. Like the glow up, Andrea. Amanda, I don't know what Amanda's doing. Um,
I don't think Amanda knows what she's doing either at this point.
Amanda's chasing a man.
Well, she's not chasing him properly. That's all.
Mm-mm. But she didn't look too big in these episodes.
No.
She just looks average. She don't look as big as we remember her. Um, Definitely bow-legged. Okay, all right. So I'm not the only one. I think she is bow-legged. Um, what else happened here? So after that surgery, the only other drama that happened was so because the surgery is going to take all day. They told the family that they could go and wait at the hotel. They would call Chris with updates throughout, and the nurse, to her credit, was calling with updates, and right after the updates he would call their mother to let them know what's going on. I think he was taking his role as communicator really seriously, but he was introverted and he wasn't his jokey self while she was in the surgery.
Hmm.
He got into it with Amanda first, and Amanda excused herself. Then, when Amy went to sleep, Amy could not bother to stay up and do nothing, hang out with her siblings, nothing like that. Amy went to sleep. When she woke up, she came downstairs to them and she was still sleepy. And then she got into it. Who did she get into it with? Amanda? I
Well,
think
Amy,
so.
yeah. I think what it was is just Amy. I think Amy right away came in and broke wind. If I
Yes,
recall the scene properly.
yes, and there was also a section where she was sitting between the three of them, and um,
Oh,
she was
yes,
sleepy, and Amanda said, "You need to get more rest at night. You need to use that CPAP machine." And she was like,
yes.
"Stop telling me what to do."
Because she said you could fall asleep anywhere. Something to that effect.
Yes, because she fell asleep on the way to the plane.
Hmm.
I don't think she was ever really there for Amanda. I mean, not for Amanda, for Tammy. I think she was just along for the ride to get a paycheck to be on an episode because
Agreed.
she I, I don't think she ever showed any concern. I'm not saying she had to fall
Okay,
down and
I'm glad you said that.
cry
I'm glad you said that. I was
because
thinking the
she's a
same thing. She didn't
toddler
show
with a
not.
mind to be. That's why they
She,
treat her that way.
she showed no concern. I was just about to say that. I'm glad you
Oh.
said it. She could not be. She didn't ask. Did you know she didn't ask any questions? Is Tammy okay? How's the surgery going? When can we go see her? You know she didn't ask not none of those questions.
No, she didn't. And like when they were when the doctor said, "I'm going to leave you to say goodbye or wish Tammy luck or whatever." And that was a really nice scene, but she looked like Amy looked confused, like why are we doing this kind of thing.
Hmm.
It was really weird. And I thought it was really nice, like how Amanda closed the curtain so that they could have like that little moment of privacy, even though they were mic'd up. And they did that little prayer. She led them in prayer. And like in the background, like somebody was sniffling, and I'm thinking it was Tammy because the nerves were getting to her. Um, but shit, that was a lot of surgery though. Oh my god, I don't even like going to the dentist. I couldn't even imagine. Y'all, I got a mole removed for biopsy, and I was like a weeping bitch at the dermatologist's office. Um, I I agree with Chris. I cannot imagine what she went through. Like, can you imagine when she waking up and everything is pulling and
Right.
itching and hurting and all your nerve endings are firing because all the nerves have to mend themselves back together again. Oh, what's she gonna look like with all them stitches in her? Is she gonna look like Frankenstein? Are they gonna show us that? I hope they show us that. Oh my god. I want to see how much bruising she has. I want to see them checking everything. She's very courageous. I will say this. She's very courageous to put this all on TV for bitches like me to be looking at it all like nosy and criticizing it. Um,
Mm-mm.
I was shocked Misty and Brittany didn't go too. Look, Brittany had to cover Chris's shift at McDonald's, and Misty just didn't want to wind up punching somebody in the throat for 3 days being with her family. So I can see that. It wasn't time for any of them to pick at each other. Amy was keeping to herself until she got fed up with Chris and Amy picking at her. But they weren't picking at her. They just told her to use a CPAP and just say, "Excuse me," when she toots. I heard it's painful too. Well, it looked painful. Hi, Christoph. I don't know. I didn't really see them picking at her at all.
I think what it was, they were in a bad mood, so it looks like they're picking on her because there was no conversation there. It was just Amanda making a comment. So I could see how people would see it like, oh, Amanda's picking on her. I get that point. So I'm gonna go. I can see that point of view. I can because
But
there was no
if
conversation there.
but if Amy has a CPAP machine, because obviously she is not sleeping. If
Right.
she has a CPAP machine, why doesn't she get put it on in the night? Because she has children she has to take care of. She has to be awake and
Hmm.
alert when they are to take care of them. Put the
I
CPAP
agree.
machine on so that you can get a decent night's sleep.
Right, I understand. Like under the circumstances, like I think under normal circumstances, like other people would ask, "Oh, Amy, like, oh, are you not sleeping well? Do you still have your CPAP machine?" Versus, do you still have your CPAP machine? Is different than saying like, "Oh, you need to be using that CPAP machine." It's same thing, but a different tone. And
But
Amy,
they are used to talking to each other like that.
well, for some reason, Amy's like hypersensitive, and I think that she is embarrassed about, going to court and all that stuff. And
She not embarrassed about going to court.
she
She
should be.
embarrassed.
Buy them
She
outfits
should
too.
be. She
Buy them
should
outfits
be.
too.
Yes, but she's only at 14% when she wide awake and had a good night's sleep. So she's running at about 7 right now. And all she could think about is that Tammy is already smaller than her and
I
is
think it
going
was
to be
there.
even smaller than she is. Cause you remember when they was at the last dinner and she said, I'm getting ready to go back to the doctor to get my stuff in shape. And everybody was looking at her like, crickets, crickets. What's she talking about? Fat fuck over here at this table.
So Wendy says they always say something because she's always messing up, and they have to fix everything for her. I'm going to go back to that. Cooking with Sarah says it's not the time to talk about her CPAP, though. Agreed to a certain extent. They should keep the focus on Tammy. Christoph says she has one but doesn't use it. Sisters always tell her to use it. I'm going to go back to Wendy's comment. They
Mhm.
always they always say something because she's always messing up, and they have to fix it. And I was thinking about this today. Like Amy always wants to point out, like, or say, like, her family's not there for her. Her family doesn't care about her, blah, blah. And I'm looking at her like, to Amy, where would you be without your family?
Where will her kids be without her family? Up in
That
CPS,
too. Yes.
and she would be in jail because her family had to come and bail her out.
And your family, but let me think, you're talking about your family's not there for her, but wasn't Amanda who had to drive to Tennessee to get the kids?
Hmm.
That's what happened, right?
That's why I
So
said her kids would be up in CPS. She's a mess. She's a mess, and she doesn't. And she will sit here on our TV screens and say, I got the parenting classes from the judge. I could always use those because I want to be the best mom. Shut up. You want to be the best mom? Get some rest at night. She keeps talking about her skin removal surgery. She's delusional. Yeah, she's throwing a tantrum about her wedding. Everything has to be about her. Again, time and place. Time and place. Worry about your like Chris was at his wits end with her when she was standing up on the upper level because the cameras were looking up at them.
he looked
It,
stressed. Even from
he
the back, he
did.
looks. Even you see him talking to her. But remember, when we go up to that scene, right? When we first see
Mhm.
that scene, his back is to us, but you could
Yes.
see the stress when he was
Yes, he
talking
was
to her.
tense. He was tense. His shoulders were uptight and lifted. And then like he was grabbing his head in frustration. And she's like, nobody wants to come to my wedding because of the religion. And he's like, I've been to everybody's wedding. And she's like, I came to yours and I'm not religious or something like that.
She's I don't like
She's like,
church.
what? I don't like church. She doesn't even make sense. She goes to everybody's. Well, then stop going to everybody's wedding.
Right. And here's my whole thing with her. Now, granted, Amy's not, a typical person, right? But I think a typical person would have said, like, you know what?
Mhm.
We found a really, really, really cool venue. It used to be an insane asylum, but now it's a historical landmark with event space, and that's where we're gonna have our wedding. But she wanted to be edgy and cool. It's like, oh my God, we're gonna get married in an old insane asylum. Like it was like, yeah, that's when people hear old insane asylum, they hear spirits.
Yeah, yeah. They didn't want to be around the ghosts, and that's exactly what he said. Why do you want me to turn against my faith or go against my faith or something like that to go to your wedding? Have it someplace normal. Nobody wants to go to that rusty, dusty place anyway. I don't know. Like when you're okay, so your wedding is about you, right? It is
Mhm.
about you. But if you're going to be inviting guests, then you have to like you have to consider the guests you're inviting, you idiot.
Well, that and here's the whole thing. If this were her first wedding, I could get her upset. But ma'am, this is your second wedding and you just got divorced last year. Just saying.
Not liking a church is not going against your belief. And I love that Chris said just because she was willing to compromise her belief doesn't mean he's willing to. That's right. Because when all is said and done, as much as I say about Chris and Brittany, he rolling for Brittany. Brittany says she ain't going up in that place, and neither is he, and he is fine with that. The family is superstitious as well, yes. Chris wants to throat punch Brian. And someone said it earlier. Hold on, hold on. Where was it? They were saying it's not about the venue. It's not about Brian. It's about the venue. You
Right.
know, um, and that has a lot to do about it. Like, stop trying to blame. Like, you're a mess, girl. Get it together. Um, I wouldn't want to go to a wedding in an asylum, no matter who it was. Me, neither. You can keep that. And I'm an atheist. Okay, I'm an atheist. Or as Amy says, I don't like church. I'm not going up into a spooky place. I don't watch horror movies. I don't get into that genre. And I don't want to be scared while I'm eating and drinking up to the maximum at your event because I got your cheap gift as compensation. I don't know. I think she just ruined the episode for me because I would have rather it be about Tammy. And
Hmm.
like someone said in the chat earlier as well, like hearing the family comment in like one-on-ones on their feelings, on Tammy's progress, um, her future, you know, that's what I would have rather. But Amy was disengaged from the beginning because she was trying to find a way to make this episode about herself. She started doing that, like I noticed last season, and it has
Hmm.
been annoying me ever since. Um, Hold on. I can't believe that y'all are still on. Yes. Well, it's almost, we started late. We started late. Um, it's never, welcome, Ryan. It never was an insane asylum. It was a tuberculosis hospital,
That's
but it
right.
hasn't been in use in decades. It's a historic building and tourist attraction. Yeah. And they like, thank you, Sarah, for clarifying that.
Thanks,
Um,
Sarah.
they they like it because they're the ones who are talking about it being haunted and ghost, right? That's where we got that
Right.
from.
Yes.
Okay, we shouldn't listen to the person with 14% brain capacity. She wants to be as edgy so bad that she's willing to alienate everyone she knows. Do you think she is trying to be an influencer on the side and this was part of it to jumpstart it?
Well, she is. They are influencers, though. That's how they got their start, with their YouTube channel.
Wait, they're influencers of what?
They have brand deals. So remember, they got quote unquote famous off of their YouTube. That's how they got on. That's how they got on My 600 Pound Life, if I recall correctly. Yeah, they have a YouTube channel.
I know they have the YouTube channel, but I also know that Amy falsely claimed that Tammy was dead so that she could collect money to bury her.
Well, no, that's not exactly what happened. What happened was she
Chat.
claimed that she
What?
was she was dying. She claimed that she was dying, not dead.
Mm. I swear she said she was dead and needed money to bury her.
If I recall correctly, it was that she was dying.
That's why it's doubtful she rented it. Did they start off eating on you? Oh, Ryan wants to know if they started off eating on YouTube.
I think they were mukbang channel. Let me double check.
Ew. People would listen to them eat. Okay, so Christoph says, I still believe she suffers from a lot of depression. I can, if you're talking about Amy, I can see that. And that's how they got so famous on YouTube by scamming fans for a big coffee. Thank you, Whitney. Um, they did makeup videos mostly on YouTube before the show.
Yeah, I'm reading Reddit right now. It was makeup.
They
I don't know
used to
why I thought
eat
they were
and cook all
mukbang.
kinds of
Okay,
stuff.
that's why it was eating. It was eating and cooking. I do remember that.
Oh my god. They went viral for the chubby bunny challenge. Do I want to know what that is? Did they stick a bunny somewhere? Oh my god. Sorry, not they. Amy was scamming fans, not Tammy. Oh, okay. Amy should pay more attention to who she's bringing in her boys' lives than her stupid wedding ceremony. Yeah. But I think her family's just sick to death of her with that because
Hmm.
they just fall silent and just either look at her or each other. I think they're scared to say anything to her about him or that relationship at all. They don't even wear makeup regularly though. But wasn't it last season? No, it was the season she was breaking up with the children's father, Amy. Remember he used to hold the iPad and video her,
Michael, yes, she was
right,
trying to make the
putting on
video.
makeup or something
Hmm.
like that.
So remember, she was trying to film the video with her iPad, but the
Mhm.
boys, she couldn't hold the boys or do something with the boys and film.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
he was, she had that. She asked him like, "Hey, can you come help me?" And I think he was playing video games at the time, and he got upset that she asked him for help, if I recall correctly.
Right. 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 And his bitch ass had quit his job at the factory, sitting at home playing video games. Okay, so Wendy has an explanation. You keep stuffing your mouth with marshmallows and say chubby bunny. Let me tell you, I thought we were sticking a live bunny in an orifice. Thank you for the explanation. This sounds a lot better than what I was thinking. Stick it in your mouth and say chubby bunny until you can't anymore. Okay. Why would someone want to do that? Marshmallows. So I'm just asking for me, not even a friend, for me, why would someone want to do that? Do they really work for McDonald's? Chris and Brittany do. For almost 3 decades, they have worked for McDonald's. Amy did makeup too. She was doing videos, doing arts and crafts. Oh Jesus, probably eating it afterwards. Um, Chris manages McDonald's. That's where he met Brittany. Yep, and they're pregnant now. Yay! Okay. I think something's wrong with my chat. So let me just pop something up here. Now, Debbie, those types of videos would be banned from YouTube. Uh, oh, they would be. But I just needed an explanation, Ryan. I needed an explanation. I don't think that far ahead. Where does Misty work? We don't know anything about Misty. We've never seen her kids. Nothing. Who's pregnant? Brittany. Isn't Brittany pregnant? I thought I saw that. Yes, Ryan. Thanks for confirming. Brittany is pregnant. What I was shocked at, she's only 35. She's only
Congratulations,
35.
congratulations on her pregnancy. That's
That's a
all I got. That's all.
hard.
That's what I can say.
That's a hard 35. Oof.
I did not say that, y'all.
I said it. That's a hard 35. I didn't know she was pregnant. Yes. Um, so happy for them. Debbie, you can see her kids online. Child, I don't be following these people. I made the mistake of following Amanda because I wanted to know what black man she was with. And now I can't. I have to unfollow her because she posts like a lot of stuff from the hospital, and
Hmm.
I'm thinking that she's dying or something. So I got to get rid of her. Um, IG can't remember which account announced it. Yeah, I saw it on IG too. Did I send it to you, Jamal?
I don't think so.
I remember seeing it. I was
I like
happy
I,
for
I
her.
really like Chris and Brittany. Brittany, I mean, I'm glad Brittany like is actually speaking this season
Hmm.
because she does she adds something to the mix. Now I like her.
Yep. Yep. Okay, so basically, how do we end this episode? Um,
I can't
with Amy
remember.
crying. Amy was crying. Chris was
Yes,
frustrated with her. I swore she said she canceled it because nobody wanted to come to her wedding. And we end the episode with Amy crying about nobody. Yeah, yeah,
no one's there
basically
for
that was
her.
it. Yeah. And who cares? I'm not there for you either. I think that's why she finally got pregnant was because she got her diabetes under control. She
Hmm.
changed her diet and
Yes.
that like the last egg dropped and Chris Chris fucking got it. Brittany is shady and I love it. Yes. Yes,
I don't know.
all them Bible thumpers are very shady. Love it.
You know what? I want to know like how many sodas she's down to per day for her to get pregnant. Remember, he said she would like she drinks six on the slow day.
I bet you anything she stopped sodas completely.
I would think so for diabetes under control.
Hmm.
I agree with you. Either that or she switched to Diet Dr. Pepper or Coke Zero, which are the best diet sodas out there, in my opinion.
Well, I don't drink none of them, girl. Drink fizzy water. Drink fizzy water. What else y'all saying? Yeah, she did probably stop drinking that soda and just eating better because
With the
what's his
sodas
name
alone,
has to
though,
eat better too.
right?
Chris.
With the sodas alone being gone, she probably dropped a cool 50 to 75 pounds just not drinking soda.
Hmm. And she wasn't just drinking a can. She had one of those extra
No,
large cups from in the back at McDonald's that she kept on refilling every.
no, she had her own tumbler from home. Quit playing. I'm just saying. I've seen some of the workers. They be killing me, especially the Taco Bell workers at night. When you
Uh-huh.
used to be able to go in, I would see a couple of them, and I would go, and they would bring out
What
their
do you used to be able to go in? What are you talking about?
like some of the ones out here you can't. They close down the dining room. It's all drive
Oh,
through.
they do. Oh wow.
Yeah. So they go fill they're from home cooked with Baja Blast. They used to be killing me with that. I used to be crying and see them
Baja Blast. What's that?
like Mountain Dewish type drink. It's
Ugh.
good.
Mountain
I like
Dew
I,
tastes like engine
I like
fluid.
I like the frozen drinks too. But why you all
Before
drinking engine fluid though? That's the
I
real question.
no, well, I think. Wait, there's some of them that are green and blue, and it reminds
Yes,
me of like the windshield wiper cleaner and antifreeze. I see them like they. I, I've never like, and I love green. I love the color green, but I really don't want to drink anything green because what if it's like, something that you put in a car? I don't know. I just think weird thoughts.
yes you do.
Shut up. Before this episode, they showed bonus scenes from the episode before Amy spending money on baby proof in Brian's house, and Tammy was pissed. Well, why is it he baby? Didn't he say he was baby proofing his house?
Yes, he
So
did.
why is she buying it? That's
Yeah,
weird.
he volunteered to baby proof the whole house so they can move in.
Chris is a good daddy. Like his two kids are really nice. We only seen the boy and barely seen the girl that lives with him.
Right.
So Coca Cola is the only thing that settles my stomach. Oh wow, okay. The shot Ozempic Monjaro can make you more fertile. Oh, maybe she got the shot. Shut up. I love bonus scenes. Love bonus too. You love the Baja Blast. Had one last night. Child, more power to you. Wait, you ever had old school Green River soda? What the hell is that?
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
That don't sound kosher. They wanted to put some fabric in front of the fireplace so that the kids don't crawl in it. Tammy asked, wait, how the fuck was that going to keep them out? Like, don't you put a grate in front of the fireplace?
Yes, that's a great.
OMG.
We should go ahead and this piece of paper right here. They ain't gonna go through it.
She want to put up a curtain. I bet you that's what that is. They so dumb. Anyway, y'all, we have kept you here long enough. I apologize for starting late. I got caught up
Me
at
too.
work. Thank you for joining us tonight. Jamal, did you watch the £1,000 Roomies?
Yes, and I already know who's gonna get on my nerves this season.
Really?
Yes.
Do you
I,
want to talk
I,
about it tomorrow?
I mean, we can. I mean,
Okay.
that should work. Tomorrow should work
Send me the
because,
time that you can do it.
well, I'm more. You tell me what time you're available because I think I might have a little bit more flexibility than you. So you just tell me what times work for you. If you haven't watched it yet, let me just prepare you right now. One of them acts like Tammy used to act. I'm gonna put it to you that way. And she's gonna grate on your nerves. And once you see it, you gonna understand exactly what I'm talking about. Because she worked my ever rubber nerves. Like you know how I
Mhm.
only have 10 nerves, right? She was up to like nerve 17. I was just like, be quiet, stop. Yeah. You'll figure it out real quick. You'll figure it out real quick.
Um, well, we'll figure it out and we'll post the show for tomorrow. And if you guys are interested in discussing £1,000 Roomies, um, we'll be here for it. I just have to work late tonight to try and figure out how to get tomorrow's show set up. But we'll be here. We'll be here. Thanks for joining us today, Jamal. Any final thoughts? Da, da, da.
Yes, yes, yes. Thanks everybody for being here, and we will see you tomorrow.
All right. Until next time. Bye.
Yep.